This is the light body reading for the week ahead. So this is a fourth density being upper, ready to go to 60, or sorry, ready to go to 5D. What we're seeing here is someone with a really expanded cosmic gateway, meaning they're fully connected to source, to the point that they're leaving their body, okay? Everything is shut down. They're not grounded. In-body chakras are shut down. Even the crown is a little open, but barely. And then we have the soul star, stellar, and universal gateway are all wobbling. So this person has lifted out of the body and is not engaging with the physical reality at all, not consciously anyways, and not at a spiritual level. So what I'm seeing here is this person is actually really overwhelmed with physical reality and probably the amount of information that's coming in to people right now, amount of information, and also a feeling of disconnection from love, relational love, as well as divine love. So we have these two blocks here, huge blocks on either side of the body. And the one on this side is in the relational field, and this one is through relational, but at a divine level. Sorry, I had some problems with my phone. So what I was saying here is this is relational block, and this is relational block, but at a divine level. So this is divine love and relational love, okay? So what we're seeing here is somebody who is probably overwhelmed by too much information coming in, too much information, friends, family, social media, just too much. It's a lot. And there's a shift in reality. So this is part of your destined path. So whoever this is for, and I feel this is an individual, or it could be kind of a collective theme. So take what resonates. But there is a new beginning coming in for you guys. And so this precipice that you feel that you're at, and you have this block around relationship, it is meant to help you to go within, okay, to stop looking for external validation, information, and to go within, to stop what you're doing, meditate, start the healing process, and solve some of these deeper issues that are going on, okay? One of these issues in the relational field is really about the mind and abundance, okay? So it could be a lack mentality, issues of fulfillment, so not doing what you want to be doing, what you're supposed to be doing, overvaluing or undervaluing the intellect, so the analytical mind is blocking the emotional field to some degree. So you're sitting more in the mind and neglecting the emotions, neglecting relationships with others, as well as with spirit. Okay, so that's really what you're being called into here. The remedy here is to become more self-nurturing. So focus more on self-love and do things that bring you joy and fulfillment. Okay, so it is, this path, there's a lot of information about service to others, but in that there's a distortion because people, especially empaths, will give so much of themselves that they actually become neglected in that giving. Okay, they themselves, their needs, their wants, their fulfillment become neglected, and then they give, and then there's nothing left for themselves. And that actually stems from feelings of low self-worth. So there's a need to sit with the self and fill your own cup up with love and joy and fulfillment first. Once you do that, then you can step back out into the world. So these two blocks are almost like bumpers on the sides of your being. So there isn't going to be much movement either through the divine or through relationships until you do the work within. And there's a way to clear these so we can do it all simultaneously. You don't have to wait for the these to magically dissolve on their own. You can do the work on yourself and clear the blocks, and it will expedite the healing process, okay? The second block is about negative self-talk. So this is in alignment with the other one, just the mind overthinking everything and overanalyzing the self primarily, overanalyzing situations, but it's in essence, it's just not being kind to the self, okay? Self-deprecation, lacking awareness of signs offered by cosmic communication, hiding the fullness of your light. And I'm getting this from the Mayan Oracle. So there is a blocking of your own divine light, your own divine wisdom, because of this negative self-talk. And so there's a huge shift here, and we see this as you move into from the 3D, 4D realities into the 5D and beyond. And you're always going to be working on this because it's very hard to anchor into as a human on the planet now. But it's the more resonance to yourself as the divine than yourself as the ego, the separated self, okay? And that's where the shift needs to be made, all right? So the transformation is to take off the veil of forgetfulness. And I brought this up in the channel message I wrote earlier today, which is posted on YouTube by now. As you open to self-remembrance, you will freely receive divine guidance. Be with others who support your fullest expression. So find others who are accepting of you, loving of you, supportive of you. Do not criticize or critique you. And if you can't find that, then sit with your guides and angels in meditation and skywalking journeys. Journal, write, go into those depths and pull the weeds, okay? Because that is what is really needed here, all right? So this individual's frequency is at 500 kilohertz. Has not activated the Merkana yet. So this is what I would recommend as far as healing and activations. First of all, they need to get back into their body, okay? This, you cannot expand out and exist here and do in-body ascension, okay? So you need to come back into the body, as well as resolving problems or healing. You can't do this from the higher spheres. You have to anchor, you have to feel it, you have to move through it. And if you're out of your body, you can't do that, okay? So the first thing you'd want to do is Metatrons Cube activation. This will open everything up. Okay, and then make sure you're grounding. The second thing you're going to want to do is clear these two blocks through this 7-layer bioenergetic field purification, or the celestial purification. Once you get those done and you feel pretty balanced and stable, then you can do the Merkana activation, and that is here. This is the activation of the 5D light body that can happen at 300 kilohertz. Once you do that, your frequency will rise, and you'll be able to shift into the 5D, which is where you really belong right now, okay? If you're really comfortable in these higher realms, but just blocked with relationships or growth on the material plane, etc., it's because you're just sitting outside of your body, and you need to make the body conducive to a higher frequency, higher spiritual frequency, and open up the energy centers and heal and elevate the frequency so the spiritual energies can come into your body and anchor, and that way you can start elevating in an organic and healthy way instead of feeling this blocked energy, okay? The DNA repair session is also being recommended here as well, okay? So there is a slight distortion towards source based alignment. So there's just some, I think it is this ego versus divine self issue here that needs to be resolved in this feeling of isolation, okay? So once you do this, you'll start feeling a lot better, a lot more in your body. I also would recommend this individual do some sort of exercise. Yoga. If you're in the academy, you can start doing the Enzo technique. This is a really great, it was actually developed to help you raise the frequency of the body and the field simultaneously, so you can do that too. It is kind of complicated to learn. I don't have another way of teaching it right now, but I do have the Enzo Academy book that you can buy and have that as a guide if that's helpful. I just published that, so let's see what else. A lot of recommendations here. Stop there. Kujikiri is being recommended. This will just help with focus, alignment. It also helps with, will help us self-talk and disciplining the mind and your thoughts. So that in general is being recommended there. Galactic Healing Transmission, since you guys are really right on the verge of moving in the 5D, I definitely recommend starting to work with this. You can work with this every day. Once you get to 600 kilohertz, then you can do the Galactic Healing Attunement, and that will ground you into the 5D. We have quite a few guided meditations here. Crystal White Fire, so this will help kind of ping out some of those tinier fragments or thought forms of blockages you might have in your field. If you have these two big ones, there could be more going on there, and it's a very nice meditation. Emerald Flame, this is really important to do with the Merkana activation. Okay, you'll see that when you do that meditation in the Academy, exploring the realms of the heart. So we have most likely some heart healing that's needed here as well, to help you open up and allow love back in. Okay. Portals to the higher realms, 852. This will help you to connect to your guides and angels in a more tangible way. You could also do the Celestial Roundtable, but this will just help you with resonance overall. That's the soundscape. Then we have Star Crafting Episode 1, Human Potential and Ritual. So I would recommend for you guys getting into a really strong daily practice, understanding your potential, and then setting up a practice around your potential, what your resonance is to the higher self, what that looks like, what it feels like, and begin practicing that. Ascension Mastery Phase 6, Purify, Balance, and Align the in-body chakras. So clearly it's coming through that the chakras, in-body chakras, need to be completely opened, cleared, and balanced. Okay, that is primary in this, in grounding, and then you deal with the blocks afterwards. Okay, so let's get some message on what they can expect after this initial thing. After this, I would recommend moving the 5D, which if you're there, you're in you're doing really well on this path. There's just this, could be a really old, old stuff that's coming up. It is retrograde, so a lot of times these things kind of bubble up to the surface to be cleared, so there could be more on your plate, more going on than what you're used to. Let me see here. So yeah, taking on too much, issues of feeling inadequate, pressured, or scattered. So the way to perceive this is as a gateway. So whatever challenges you're having now is meant to push you through this gateway. You're sitting right at the precipice between 4D and 5D, okay? And this challenge that you're going through is meant to show you to open your eyes to this gateway that you need to go through, that it is destined for you to go through right now. That's why this card came up. This is your path, okay? So you're going through this intentionally, that you planned, so that you can cross over into this new reality, okay? Will you step through? That's the question. Open to the opportunity. So it's a time of closing out old chapters, opening to the new. Obviously, it's the end of the year as well. Look at how you identify yourself with your belief systems, definitions, roles, ideals, and dreams. Open to new spiritual tools. You have specific gifts to claim. So on the other side of this, clearing this, stepping through this gateway, is another soul evolution for you. once you move into the 5D as well, you activate the galactic blueprint. This is a completely different timeline. Advanced gifts, advanced spiritual potentials, realities, and experiences. Okay, so that's on the other side of this. So do the work to clear, heal, go within, align, take time in meditation, ground, get into the body. Okay, so those are the primary things there. And as far as the healing, we have those sessions: Metatron's Cube, Celestial Purification, Mercana Activation, and the DNA repair session. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, and we'll see you next week.